Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, October 27th, 2020, and it's 10 a.m. We're here today to conduct a regular meeting of the Hunt County Commissioners Court. This meeting will be conducted by telephone or video conference in order to advance the public health goal of social distancing to slow the spread of coronavirus, COVID-19. Due to the COVID-19 crisis, the governor's orders regarding social distancing and special rules issued by the state regarding open meetings, there will be no public access to the location described above. For the public that's listening in, you can go to the tab on our webpage, huntcounty.net. There's a link there for public comments. You can put in any message you would like to have read to the court at the appropriate time, or if you would like to personally address the court, you can leave a callback number, and at the appropriate time we'll call you and you'll be allowed to address the court at that time. At this time I'll call the meeting to order. Commissioner Martin, if you'll lead us in prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiances.
Shall we bow? Our most gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to come here, take care of the county business. We ask you to give us wisdom in reference to the decisions that we make it righteous. We ask you to protect this great country that we live in. We ask you to protect the veterans and all the people that are fighting out there for us to have this freedom. We ask you to bless the peacemakers. In Christ's name we ask all these things, and we do thank you for the gift of life. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, everyone. We have Commissioner Evans, Strait, Martin, and Harrison in attendance. I'm Judge Stovall presiding over the meeting. Commissioners, you have the minutes from the October 16th regular session. I entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Normally we do public testimony at this time, but as I stated earlier, if you'll go and put your question or phone number on our website under comments to the court or questions to the court, we'll come back to that later in the meeting, give everybody the opportunity to get online and ask any questions or get us a phone number. Commissioners, at this time, I'd entertain a motion to go in executive session under items 1 and 2.
So moved.
Second.
A motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We're in executive session at 10:03. We're back in regular session. Commissioners, you got in front of you the consent calendar. Entertain a motion for approval of consent calendar.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Is any discussion or question? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 1, a resolution extending and or modifying the April 28, 2020 COVID-19 related resolution and social distancing guidelines to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
The only change on this one from 2 weeks ago are the dates. Everything else is still the same.
Okay. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Proposed designation of Hunt County Reinvestment Zone number 10 and proposed addendum to tax abatement agreement.
All right, this item includes an order and a resolution along with the amendment. Basically, this came back in front of the commissioners about 45 days ago, but the final documentation we had only included 2 out of the relevant 3 parcels. They're going to be part of the solar farm. There's no changes to the financial terms of the abatement or the pilot. All this does is adopts a new reinvestment zone, which we call reinvestment zone number 10, and adds that third property into number 10, and then the amendment puts all 3 of those together. So reinvestment zone number 9 and 10 will be together and be subject to the exact same pilot and abatement terms that were approved about 45 days ago. The reason it took so long is that they discovered this a few weeks after we sent it over, when they were their underwriters were doing their due diligence, and then we had to do another 30-day posting in the newspaper to get it back before the commissioners.
Any questions? Do what now? Yes. Thank you. Any questions of Daniel? If no questions from the court, we'll open the meeting to public comments. Have we had any public comments so far on this or anything else? We need to do a public hearing on this.
No.
So there's no comments from the public. I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, entertain a motion for approval of action item number 2.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 3, contract for strategic government resources for human resources consulting for procedures, employee handbook, and related services.
This is a proposal from a company called SGR to do a general HR review of our procedures and manuals and other documentation, the HR department. The total, it's a flat fee amount of $18,000. The packet has the project personnel listed and their resumes, and then what the expectation is of their scope of work. If this is approved, they'll start quickly and within a couple of months have a full set of proposals to us for changes that need to be made, if any changes need to be made at all.
Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval of action item number 3.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 4, contract with BKD regarding audit and related services related to grants and subgrants under Coronavirus Relief Fund and CARES Act, ahead of federal and state audit of use of funds. Daniel Wright.
All right, this is a proposal from BKD, which is a large multi-state auditing firm. They have a section that's working with states and cities and counties specifically to address CARES Act and CRF funding. This obviously is something we have talked about every month since the beginning of May. Basically, we have some very strict guidelines that come from the Department of the Treasury and from the TDEM group here in the state, as well as some parts of that are sub-administered by 2 other agencies with the state. basically, this is a contract for it's an open-ended amount that's hourly. The purpose of this would be to have them and their experience with ongoing experience with the other governments to ensure that we are doing the full set of things that need to be done under all those regulations, and to give us some insight into how other governments are ensuring that they meet the 75-25 split that the state put on all the largest 18 governments. We have some upcoming deadlines, and so I think if the commissioners would approve this, Bruce's office and my office would work with them on the financial and legal side. There is a part in here that's not, that they talk about doing, but that's going to be done by our other auditors, which is something that's coming up later in the agenda. So they're not going to be doing any of that. Really, all they would be doing is with a scope that's set by county offices to work with us to make sure all of our ducks are in a row, so that our sub-grant funding is approved through TDM.
Okay. Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval of action item number 4.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 5, possible interlocal agreement or other funding mechanisms to directly purchase equipment related to COVID-19 response for Hunt County volunteer fire departments, or to transfer money to volunteer fire departments for specific purchases, including possible purchase of SCBA and related safety equipment or materials, and discussion of pre-approval of same with TDM for use of federal grant or sub-grant funds for use purposes of COVID-19 response.
Okay, so under the CARES Act and CRF funding, we're able to purchase things that can be used directly for COVID-19 response. After talking with the volunteer fire departments, one of the things that they need that they believe is directly related to that is a purchase of 2 different types of equipment that some is for their own pulmonary protection, and that's the SCBA, and then a different set of systems called the Lucas system. Altogether, the expected costs for that are going to be about $629,000 if you round up a few $100s. Under the agenda today, if the commissioners will generally approve the pre-approval process through TDM, my expectation is that either today or tomorrow we're going to send in the documentation that we received from the VFDs that's in your packet, 6 or 7 pages of that, along with a brief explanatory letter saying how we got to the math of $629,000. And then hopefully get a response from them back by the next meeting, 2 weeks from today. But one way or the other, in the next 2 weeks, work out our proposed method of handling that, whether it's either the county buying the things and then transferring it to them, or some other method. And so if the commissioners are generally in favor of spending the $629,000, which goes against our 75% because it's directly related to a medical response, then the appropriate way to move forward would be to move that the county obtain TDM pre-approval for that expenditure.
Okay, any questions? So I guess I'll entertain a motion for the approval to submit the application to TDM for pre-approval of purchasing equipment for our volunteer fire departments.
So moved.
Second.
Did I say all that right, Daniel? Yes. Okay. I got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 6, the renewal of a 5-year agreement for arbitrage rebate compliance services between Hunt County, Texas, and Hilltop Securities Asset Management, LLC, formerly the First Southwest Asset Management, Inc. Bruce, got any comments? Or?
Basically, this is just a renewal of a contract we have. The funds come out of the bond interest and sinking fund. And since we're going to probably issue another 6 million sale of bonds of the 24 million authorized, this is a very good thing to keep us in compliance with the IRS for arbitrage.
Arbitrage is, I understand it is, we can't make, when we float a bond, we can't earn more money off of it than what we're paying interest on. So we can't have a gain out of it. So they study it to make sure that
Yeah,
we're
I
not
see.
getting out of compliance with the bond.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct? Is that said right? I think that's
Yeah, I
right.
send them information from our balance sheet and income statement and so forth. And from that information, they prepare a report for the IRS, and that keeps us from having any issues in that regard.
Okay, any questions on that? Entertain a motion for approval, action item number 6.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 7, the submission of a bridged application of the Texas Flood Infrastructure Fund to develop a countywide drainage study. Brian?
This is just a continuation of the application process
Hey.
for the flood infrastructure fund. We're ready to apply for it and get it out. And this is something that y'all had voted on previously and approved previously. And this is just the application actually to the state to
Yeah, this is
get this funding.
You know, this is part of that money that was created in the last legislature of several, wasn't it, billions of dollars, I think, for flood studies across all of Texas. And we have Freeze and Nichols doing our application for us. The first go around, we scored in the top 20 points to be eligible to get grant money to do some of the work that we were proposing to do. So now this is formally applying for money
That's right.
to do that work that we had said we wanted to do in our preliminary, I guess, application. So this is the next step in it so that we can get funding so we can start looking at our flood studies throughout the county and all.
Right. Yeah, they liked the first application enough that they invited us to send them another one.
Yeah. It's like a 3 or 4 step process.
It's a pretty
crazy.
big process.
Yeah. Brian, thank you for doing that. Entertain a motion for approval, action item number 7.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 8, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 2200 in Precinct 2.
I make a motion, we allow the distribution facility under County Road 2200 from FEC under usual stipulations.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 9, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 2714 in Precinct 2.
I make a motion, we allow the electrical power distribution facility under County Road 2714 from Farmers Electric under usual stipulations.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Action item number 10, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 3613 Precinct 3.
I make a motion, we allow the construction with the normal stipulations.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 11, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across 3503 Signal
motion,
Road in
we-
Precinct 3.
I apologize. I make a motion, we allow this construction with the normal stipulations.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 12, the final plat of High Point Ranch Phase 1 Precinct 1.
I would make a motion to approve the final plat of High Point Ranch,
Second.
Phase 1.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item 13 and 14, are we gonna need to deny those subject to getting a flood study, if that's what we're gonna do, or are we gonna approve them conditioned ammonia, or?
You can do that either way. If you approve them conditioned on
I'm worried about the calendar, so is that restart the 30-day or 60-day window we have now?
we only have 30 days. Is it already past the 30 days? Okay. Then it can be approved subject to that. We just need to put it in writing and reference the appropriate section of the shot clock legislation.
Okay.
But that, if that is on today or anything, is it? Okay.
No.
We can get that done by.
Okay, action item number 13, the final plat of High Point Ranch Phase 2, Precinct 1.
I would make a motion to approve the final plat of High Point Ranch Phase 2, conditional upon the drainage study.
Second.
Okay.
So,
Got a motion second? Yeah. What about the escrow money? Are we worried about that or no? Okay. All right, got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 14, the final plat of High Point Ranch Phase 3, Precinct 1.
I'll make a motion to approve the final plat for High Point Ranch Phase 3, conditional upon the drainage study.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 15, amending the plat for Silent Oaks, a replat of lots 1 and 2, Whispering Oaks, Phase 2, Precinct 2. I believe there was just a few errors on some distances on some lots or something, and we're just refiling it to correct those distances. Is that correct?
Just essentially Scribner's error, and I actually spoke with Daniel Ray just before the court meeting, and he said that they can do that with an affidavit of Scribner's error or a correction certificate, something.
Only because of the specific way that one was done.
Right.
There were some wrong numbers in there.
Right.
It was just
Well, save them a recording fee and whatever
save
else.
recording fee and the application fee and all
Okay,
that.
so I'm good with
Okay,
I call it a certificate of correction of errors.
right.
Yeah, something like that. I can't
So-
remember the exact name, but
That was the old words we used to use when we did those kind of things.
yeah.
But whatever you call it. Okay, so we'll just table 15. Action item number 16, the final plat of Malvera Estates in Precinct 2.
I'll make a motion we approve the final plat there in Malvera Estates, Precinct 2.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 17, the final plat of Phillips Estates in Precinct 3.
Make a motion, we accept the plat for Phillips Estates in Precinct 3.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Brian, I think even the last two, they were talking about getting that little bleep on the dedication.
Yeah, they'll have a statement on there, just dedicated to the middle of the road, even though their interest may
Yes,
not
sir.
go to the middle of the road, they're gonna dedicate any interest that they have.
Yeah, we won't sign it till they get it back, but I've been trying to be careful on some of these where they don't go to the center of the road and we don't get a total 30-foot dedication. Not asking the surveyors to do it a different way other than to write a separate legal description like we did on the McGee plat. It just says, if I have any ownership in that, I dedicate it to the county, and they're cleaning it up. So we've already talked to them, so it's not a problem with it. So we have a motion and a second for approval of Phillips. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 1 under the addendum, upgrade approximately 3,460 feet of County Road 4307 from dirt to rock in Precinct 4, money in escrow.
And I make a motion to approve the upgrade from dirt to rock on County Road 4307 for a total of 3,460 feet, and the money is in escrow.
second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's back up on 3 and 4. We don't have money in our budget allocated to those 2 expense line items. Do we need to back up and redo those and reallocate, move money to allocate that?
Yeah, I didn't think about doing that, but we need.
I did. I talked to Steve and I just forgot about it, and then I just remembered it. So let's go back to action item number 3 under the contract for strategic government resources for human resources consulting for procedures, employee handbook, and related issues. We made a motion to approve. I think we should make a motion to approve and authorize a budget amendment from contingencies of 2800-40, whatever it is. 7600. Okay. To the appropriate line item that this will need to be paid out of. I guess it'll go into the HR budget maybe, or? Okay, so I'll entertain a motion for approval action item number 3 with the amendment to the budget of the $18,000 coming out of contingency to the appropriate line item to pay for it.
I so move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. And then under 4, we got the same problem, but we don't have an exact dollar amount.
Yeah, well,
And it's paid for out of COVID anyway. Do we really need a budget item for it, Bruce?
I would recommend we just publicize or that it's gonna come out of COVID money, and then I think that'll take care of it as we go through and do a budget amendment to try to get the COVID money back in
Okay,
sync
so we
with
don't have,
revenue and
we don't have to worry
expenditures.
about that one. Okay, all right. Approval of accounts payable.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of line item transfers.
Make a motion to approve line item budget transfers.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of budget amendments.
Make a motion to approve budget amendments.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
I make a motion, we approve payroll and personnel.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Jennifer, did we forget anything? We're good? Daniel, you got anything else?
yeah, we could have maybe 2 or 3 minutes in executive session on one other item.
All right, I entertain a motion to go into executive session under number 1.
So move.
Second.
All right. So Okay, it's 11:40. We're back in regular session. Daniel, have you checked to see if we have any questions before we?
Let me, refresh it real quick, Mr. Chair. No, there's no comments.
No public comments? Anything else before the court? Entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 11:40.